everyone! For today's video, I thought I would show us how to make a crochet cardigan for summer. For this sweater, I decided to go with a blue and white color scheme, including these two yarn colors. So I chose aquamarine and this other kind of more sea blue color and white yarn. So for this, you'll only need 3 colors, but you can choose any color scheme you want. I'm going with blue and white because I like very sea ocean inspired color schemes for summer. So let's get started. So like I said, we're going to first start off with 3 yarn colors. I'm going with this aquamarine blue, this kind of sea blue, and soft white color. So the first thing you're going to do is make your first chain on your crochet hook, and then you're going to chain 3 and make a circle by doing a slip stitch in that first chain. So as you see here, we have just made the circle for the center of our granny square flower. And so each petal is composed of 3 triple crochets, and once you start going around into each stitch in the circle that's in the middle, you're going to come out with having 12 petals for your granny square flower. Alright, now that we have our granny square flower all set, now we're going to just do the outside edges of the square. So this is where the actual square shape is going to be formed. Once we have completed the whole edge around the square, we're going to complete it with doing a slip stitch at the top here, and then we have our granny square complete. So here are all the completed squares I made for my cardigan. So there's a lot of squares. It took me a long time. I did about 4 a day while I was making this cardigan, just because it kind of gets boring for me when I keep doing the same kind of pattern the whole time through. So I kind of divided it out for 4 squares per day on average. So it took me about a month to make this cardigan, but you can make it in a lot shorter time. I just took my time with it. Alright, so now we're going to be connecting the squares. So connecting the squares is really simple. We're just going to be connecting it at the edges of each square with white yarn. And I'm using white yarn. You can use any yarn color you want, but I like the contrast of the white between the two blues. After you've connected all your pieces, you'll come out with having 4 pieces for this sweater. So you're going to have 2 sleeve pieces here, 2 front pieces. So since this is a button up cardigan, you're going to have 2 pieces that are separated at the front and 1 back piece. Okay, so this is what the sweater looks like. So I had to actually take off one section from the ends of the sleeves because these squares came out bigger than I expected them to. I've made this sweater before in a different color. The squares turned out a little bit smaller, even though I used the same crochet hook and all. But anyways, the sleeves turned out to be 4x4 pieces instead of the 5x4. But it all depends on how big your squares come out. I apparently made them a little bit looser, like all the stitches looser. So 4x4, 4 squares per sleeve were more than okay. And this is what it would look like. I'm just gonna finish off the edges up here, especially up here. I have to finish off the edges. Up here with like white yarn. But yeah, this is what it will come out looking like. And of course, these won't be like hanging out here either. These are going to be tucked in and stuff. But yeah, my little sweater cardigan for spring and summer. So here's the completed sweater I made. I made a little tie piece at the front and also put in some hook and eye fasteners just to make sure my cardigan stays nicely closed when I'm wearing it. And here's that little bow again that I mentioned. And I really like how this came out. It's really fun for summer. I love the color scheme I chose because it just reminds me of the ocean. I love being reminded of the ocean in the summer. And I think this will just go well with any sort of denim shorts, a skirt. Literally, you can wear this with anything. And it's super simple to make, but it looks really complicated, but it's really simple. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll try out making this cardigan. and I'll see you next time.